So this time I just wanted to talk about fake gramophones, and a question that I get asked one way or another is basically, is it worth buying one? Now, why, you might ask, would you buy one? Well, there are several reasons actually. One is they're cheap. It's by far the cheapest way of getting hold of a horn gramophone. Now, it's entirely possible to spend far too much money on one of these. There are plenty online which are too much money, but there's quite a few that I've seen that are actually a reasonable price, or not too expensive, certainly a lot cheaper than you can buy a real horn machine from. But that's one reason. Another reason really is that well, it looks like a gramophone. And in fact, to a lot of people, this looks more like a real gramophone than most real gramophones. It's got the, it's got the brass horn, the big brass horn. It's got the sort of bracket at the back here. It's got the tone arm with the sound box on. It's got a turntable. It's got a wooden case, so it looks like a gramophone, and also it does kind of work. To be fair, this is really more an ornament with moving parts than a working gramophone, but it does have all the parts. I mean, I'll take the horn off. The horn does come off fairly easily. Pop that over there. So as I've said, all the parts are here. That's the tone arm and sound box there. If we look inside, there is actually a motor. And if I release the brake, I mean, we've got the speed control here. I think that's slow there. If we release this, you can see that it does actually turn. In fact, it turns a bit too fast, and that's one of the problems with these machines. And if we go on to the cons, or the reasons not to buy one, then the main one really is poor quality. You can see signs of rust here, you can see signs of rust here. Whether this is due to poor storage or whether this is deliberately done to make it just look old, I don't know. The turntables, they tend to be a bit wobbly. If I can actually get this one going, you can see there's a definite wobble. It goes up and down like that, and I've covered that in another video, and faults like that can be rectified to an extent. Another fault this machine's got is that the tone arm doesn't really sort of move, well, at least not far enough. I mean, it moves over here, but it doesn't move over here. Now, these come disassembled, I believe. I've never had one new. I've only had second-hand ones. But from what I can see from the pictures or the videos of new ones, you have to assemble this yourself. And I think if I disassembled that and reassembled it, the tone arm would actually move across, because it should really be over here, not over there. But it's pretty poor quality. I mean, you can probably see that that's just it's not great. The sound box isn't great. I mean, that's a copy of a Thorin Sonata. It's not anything to do with HMV, despite the fact it says his master's voice. And talking about his master's voice, I mean, this one actually says his master's voice on the front, and has a picture of Nipper the dog and a gramophone. But this machine has nothing to do with HMV. It's not a copy of an actual HMV gramophone, and that's another issue. It's not really a replica, or at least not an accurate replica. I tend to call these machines fakes. It's not based on any real machine. It's more a sort of fantasy machine, what people think gramophones ought to look like rather than what they actually look like. Now, I've talked a little bit about quality. Something else I really should mention is that inside, although we've got a motor, and this is actually a copy of a Garrard 30 motor, which I don't believe HMV's ever had Garrard, certainly not this style of HMV. HMV tended to have their own brand of motors. But this motor should date from around the 1930s, and it doesn't. It's actually a modern copy, and in fact this whole machine is actually just made out of modern parts. You will hear people talk about them being made out of old portable machines. I've done a whole video on that actually. This one certainly isn't. This is all 100% new parts, and that's not the right motor for a machine like this. This machine is trying to be 1910. That motor's more like 1930 if it was original, which it's not. And you know, it's just not historically accurate at all. The motor, sorry, I should say also, is pretty poor quality. I mean, I've demonstrated running it. We'll have another quick run now, if I can get it to go. But you can hear just how bad that sounds. It shouldn't sound like that. I mean, that's virtually silent. So anyway, there's a few faults or a few cons of a machine like this. So what would I recommend instead of something like this? Well, to be honest, some sort of quality HMV or Victor machine, sort of internal horn, not as exciting as an external horn machine, but actually as a daily player, as something to actually play 78s on, would be a much better bet. There are plenty of other brands available too. Okay, if you've got any comments or questions, then please leave them below. I'll be really interested to hear them. And also, if you've enjoyed this video, then you might like this one too. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.